The Stoic Secret that will make you mentally unbreakable. While most people break under pressure, Stoics trained their minds to stay calm in chaos. What if I told you that your suffering isn't your weakness, but your greatest advantage?
Everyone sees the version of you that smiles and nods. No one sees the war inside your chest every time you are disrespected, ignored, or overlooked. You think you need more motivation, but what you actually need is a fortress. There is a version of you waiting to be built, one that does not negotiate with feelings or beg for approval. Today, we bury the version of you that settles, so the one that reigns can finally emerge. Imagine waking up every day with a crystal-clear sense of purpose, unfazed by the chaos around you, and relentlessly focused on what truly matters. It sounds almost superhuman, doesn't it? Yet, this was the everyday reality for one of the most powerful men in ancient history, Marcus Aurelius. We are living in a world brimming with endless distractions and instant gratifications. Most people are not living, they are reacting. They are reacting to fear, choking on anxiety, and buried under an anger they do not understand. We've synthesized the journals of emperors and the laws of the most resilient minds in history to give you more than just quotes. We are giving you a blueprint for a life that is no longer reactive, but commanded. This is about turning discipline into something sacred, not cold and mechanical, but alive and intentional. Whether you are a Gen Z student, a corporate professional, or a parent trying to hold it all together, these principles will help you reclaim your mind.
The first step in building this internal fortress is to fire ourselves. Most of us are stuck in a state of endless negotiation within us. When your eyes open in the morning and you feel that resistance to rising, that is the self speaking. It tells you stories that feel true. You've been through a lot. You should rest. You'll be more focused tomorrow. But tomorrow is always a promise, never a plan. The negotiator is cunning. It doesn't fight for dominance. It waits for you to surrender in the pause before you act. The Stoics believed that virtue is action, not intention. When you let go of negotiation, you step into a world that is almost invisible to the average person. We must shift from mood-based action to principle-based action. Mood-based action asks, how do I feel today? Principle-based action asks, what did I say I would do? The internal voice that asks whether you are tired or whether you have time today must lose its grip. You don't argue with it anymore, you just move. The alarm rings and you rise. The schedule arrives and you act. This subtle death of the weaker self is where real transformation begins. It unnerves people because it is clean, clear, and direct. It doesn't leave room for their projections or your own doubts. Every time you act without negotiating, you drive a wedge between who you were and who you are becoming.
Now let's talk about the architecture of your inner wall. Most people walk through life emotionally exposed. Every look, every word, and every rejection hits too hard. But you have power over your mind, not outside events. To build this inner wall, you must decide that your peace is not up for public discussion. You stop outsourcing your self-worth to people who don't even respect themselves. The wall is built in silence every time you let someone's opinion slide off your soul like rain off a roof. This isn't about hardening your heart, it's about choosing what gets access to your mental space. Implement the control filter. Before reacting emotionally to the news, a social media post, or a rude comment, stop and ask, is this within my control? If it is outside your inner wall, it gets zero energy. The Stoics had a word for this, attachment to externals. Freedom begins the moment you draw a sharp line between what is yours to shape and what isn't. Think of your mind as sacred ground. Not everyone deserves entry, and not everyone deserves a reaction. By focusing only on your own actions and judgments, you reduce anxiety and foster a deeper sense of peace. You stop being a victim of life's circumstances and start becoming the architect of your own experience. We must also perform a dopamine audit. We are living in a dopamine-saturated world where engineered distractions are at every corner. Our brains have been hijacked to crave novelty and cheap validation. This leads to a restless, scattered mind that rebels when it is time to do deep, meaningful work. You must tame the dopamine by replacing shallow rewards with the satisfaction of mastery and completion. Instead of seeking the high of being liked online, learn the quiet pride of keeping your word to yourself. This shift requires intention. It means designing your life so the path of least resistance leads toward your values, not away from them. Stop using an external scoreboard. Most people measure their worth by applause, likes, and recognition. But the world's applause is unreliable. One day you're admired, the next you're forgotten. Instead, build an inner scorecard. Ask yourself each evening, did I keep my word to myself today? This is the only metric worth your attention. Keeping score against your yesterday's self is the only way to ensure permanent growth. When your compass is internal, you become unshakable. You act based on principle, not pressure. You grow in silence, and ironically, that is when people start to notice your magnetic presence. This brings us to the micro-win machine. Your mind doesn't trust your dreams, it only trusts evidence. You can visualize your future all day, but if you don't give your brain proof that you are becoming the person you want to be, it will default back to doubt. Growth doesn't come from grand gestures. It comes from small, repeatable wins, stacked with quiet determination. One meaningful win per day, something so small you can't talk yourself out of it. Wake up on time. Finish one task without switching tabs. Resist the urge to snap back at someone. These moments seem insignificant, but they are votes for your new identity. Every act repeated is a vote, and the more you vote, the clearer your identity becomes. You stop trying to be disciplined and you start being it. This is self-directed neuroplasticity, the biological how-to of rewiring your brain. You are not your thoughts or your past. You are what you choose to do right now. As these micro-wins stack, your brain starts expecting progress. Resistance weakens. You don't need motivation anymore because the system runs on self-respect. Momentum becomes your emotional fuel, breaking the pattern of paralysis and reminding your nervous system that you are moving. As you discipline yourself with repeated action, you build up mastery. True power is not about being loud or dominating others. It is about becoming a center of gravity in a world that drifts. Silence is the eternal refuge of the wise. Those who can stay silent hold the highest form of power because they move without announcement and build without approval. In a culture that rewards outrage and performance, your calm is a rebellion. Most people fill every moment with noise because silence reveals the lack of order within. But the Stoic mind returns to ideas, the structures that guide a life, rather than gossip or events. In silence, the mind sharpens. Every unnecessary word dulls it. Become a Stoic social architect. Instead of being dangerous because you are cold, be unstoppable because you are the only calm person in the room. You don't need to dominate the conversation to lead. Your presence should demand respect through its consistency. People who once felt close to you might say you've changed or that you're distant. What they are really feeling is your stillness, and stillness is deeply unsettling to the chaotic. Discipline doesn't seek attention, it becomes attention. You no longer need to explain your habits or your standards because your results speak louder than your words ever could. Remember that life is short and your time is finite. Memento mori, remember you must die.
This isn't morbid, it's clarifying. Knowing that your time is limited makes small problems small. It gives you the urgency to prioritize what truly matters and the courage to ignore what doesn't. Each morning, ask yourself, if this was my last week alive, what would I focus on? You would live that day with clarity. You would stop tolerating fake connections and stop chasing approval from people you won't even remember on your deathbed. This urgency doesn't demand panic, it asks for precision. You are not exhausted because you are pushing too hard. You are exhausted because you are living beneath your potential. Waking up with a plan and letting it slip before noon erodes your self-trust. Raising your standards isn't punishment, it's freedom. When you make certain things non-negotiable, you eliminate the daily debate and create peace. You stop asking the world to clap for your progress and start showing up whether they see it or not. This is where sovereignty lives, in the quiet refusal to explain and the decision to keep going without asking who is coming with you.
As you walk this path, remember that discipline is an act of bravery. It is stepping up when everything inside wants to fall back. You will still have off days, and you will still feel resistance, but you will not quit because the standard is set. You have built something stronger than mood or circumstance. You have built integrity. Every rep, every early morning, and every task done without applause is stacking and compounding into a life that most people only dream of. You don't need more time, you need more truth. Take one more step and then another until you no longer recognize the person who used to wait. True freedom is not doing what you want, but being the master of yourself. When you master your own silence, the world has no choice but to respect your results. You aren't just becoming disciplined, you are becoming free. Free from needing permission, free from chasing approval, and free from being emotionally controlled by a chaotic world. Your calm is your power. Let the world chase attention while you choose discipline. Let the world fall apart while you stay whole. This is your new way of life. Keep building, keep sharpening, and keep showing up like it matters, because it does.